And the Alexander Mountain wildfire has burned more than 7,000 acres. That's in Larimer County near Loveland. The sheriff's office says at least 24 structures have been damaged or destroyed by this fire. Some of those buildings are believed to be that of homes. Right now, we want to toss it over for the latest press conference here. We want to listen in to get the latest updates.
This morning, we did transfer command from the local unit at that time. Currently, the fire size is 8,089 acres. It's still active on most sides, still at 0% containment. Today, our main focus has been structure protection, point source protection. However, we are making some progress on line containment, perimeter containment. Jason Coyle with operations will give you more details on the operations and fire suppression. Currently, there's 260 fire personnel on the incident. We do have quite a few more personnel on order. Most of those orders are being unable to fill at this time due to other fires in the country. End of report.
Good afternoon. My name is Jason Coyle. I am the Operations Section Chief in charge of Strategic Operations for Southwest Area Team 1. I spell Jayson Coil. So I'm going to walk you all around the fire, starting at the southern end and then going to the west and then up to the north and then to the east. So before I do that, just generally speaking, the strategy that we've been implementing today is the same strategy that the local team implemented yesterday. With considerable success considering the situation that they're faced with, and in close coordination with the Larimer County Sheriff and a lot of the other cooperating agencies. We've also had, I'd say, a significant amount of success, not complete success today, but it's been all in all a positive day. So on the southern end of the fire along Highway 34, crews have been working along the communities, and there's a fiber optic line that's above ground there that runs adjacent to 34 on the fire side in many areas. And they've been able to protect that. They've also been able to protect the structures along 34. There's still some areas where the fire could roll down and impact Highway 34 and impact that fiber optic line. So we'll continue that patrol 24 hours a day until we ensure that there's no longer any threat to that. Because that fiber optic line is the primary 911 line into Estes Park, and there's limited redundancy, and it also would negatively impact all of their landlines if that was to become damaged. So as you go on to the west side of the fire, the community of Cedar Park, subdivision of Cedar Park, is the area where most of the crew work has been focused today. And so along Cedar Park, there's a previous fuel break that was established on the southern end, just where the road kind of tops out. And they have been able to utilize that to prevent fire from moving further to the west along the southern end of that community. However, along the northern end, fire has come into the community some, and they're looking for ways to connect that westernmost fire's edge together through some open terrain features, avoid the homes, and tie it back down to that fuel treatment on the south. That will reduce the immediate threat to a large number of the homes in Cedar Park, and it will also reduce the potential that the fire will be able to continue to move west towards the Storm Mountain subdivision. Further up on the western side, crews were basically left the majority of the subdivision and went east to the fire's edge. They worked along that fire's edge, and they've made good progress, especially considering the limited number of resources that we have. However, there's a drainage that runs up towards Spruce Mountain that's about halfway across the top of the fire. Fire activity picked up in there this afternoon as soon as the column lifted, as soon as the haze cleared out, and is continuing to move to the north and west up that drainage towards Spruce Mountain. We anticipate that before the end of this operational period that fire will hit the Cameron Peak fire scar, and we do not anticipate that fire to move very far at all into that Cameron Peak scar, which will prevent it from threatening things that are on the opposite side of Cameron Peak. We'll be monitoring that, and we've decided that if the fire moves more than a mile through Cameron Peak, then our estimates were wrong, and then we will make sure that the Sheriff's Office is aware so that they can take the actions necessary for any newly affected or potentially affected areas to the north. Off on the east side in what is Masonville, there's a canal road on the southeast corner that goes down towards 34 that they burned out 2 days ago. So they burned all the fuel between the fire's edge and where the canal road was. That's holding. Yesterday, crews also put in, hotshot crews put in hand line up that fire's edge to the northwest, almost all the way to where the northeastern corner of the fire is. And that is also holding today. They're in there continuing to reinforce that line. There's a little bit of activity on that northeastern corner, and we anticipate that if they're successful with those actions today, we'll be able to literally turn the corner on that northeast side and get it tied back in to the Cameron Peak fire scar. And then after that, on the eastern side, the emphasis will be ensuring that that line holds over the next several days while the fuel consumes, and then that will eliminate the majority of the threats to the communities to the east. So that's kind of the walk around the fire. Thank you.
There was some mitigation work to the east side of Cedar Park. Do you know if that was helpful? You know,
that to the southeast side, yes, there was fuels treatments that were put in there, and tying that fire into the fuels treatment. What it's allowed to do is it's allowed to segregate our work. So if that wasn't there and you have fire below you on a slope, you can't really commit crews up above that slope, because if it gets active, it runs up there and they could get trapped. So having that fuel break in there is something that the field operations I was just talking about this evening, is utilizing that to work on the southern half and then work on the northern half, or continue to work on the northern half in Cedar Park and get it tied back around.
Can you speak to, as far as the structures, have there been any fire stations damaged or destroyed?
The Sheriff's Office will report on damage assessments. I don't want to misspeak.
All right, thanks.
good point.
Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Tim Keaton. Last name is spelled Keeton. I'm a captain with the Larimer County Sheriff's Office. I would like to first start by thanking the people you've already heard from. The Southwest Area Team 1 Incident Management Team came in and we transitioned control of the firefighting efforts to the Incident Management Team this morning at 6 a.m. as he has already reported. And I want to make it clear that we have a wonderful working relationship, and the transition has been very smooth to this point. Everything is going well. We're working very well together. The next thing I'd like to do is thank our community. These things are always difficult and undoubtedly very inconvenient for everybody involved, but especially those who have been evacuated. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for being prepared. Unfortunately, we have a lot of exposure to this in the last few years, so it's not our first time experiencing this for most of us, but thank you for being willing, being prepared, and acknowledging that we are always going to prioritize life safety over inconvenience. I want to talk a little bit about our evacuations. The evacuations that we have put into place for the last couple of days still remain in place, but I want to emphasize that they are very fluid. Those very well may change in the next few days, and with the team, we are constantly managing and assessing what to do with the evacuations, whether to lift them if we strongly believe there's no more threat to life safety, or depending on the fire movement and fire behavior, whether we need to put more in place. We will constantly be in communication about that, and the public will be the first to know when we have concerns, and you'll know when we're going to implement more or less. Either way, we will communicate that out. Now here's the unfortunate news. We have had loss and structures lost in this fire up to this point. Up in the area, and I want to be very specific, in the very immediate area of Palisade Mountain Drive and Snowtop Drive, we have lost approximately 24 structures. I want to emphasize this doesn't necessarily mean 24 homes. These structures are combinations of homes and outbuildings, but our guess at this point from the firefighters that have been in there is approximately 24. I don't have any more specific information on that, but I do want to emphasize that we are going to, with support of firefighters, put damage assessment teams in, hopefully tomorrow morning, if fire behavior allows, and get more specifics on homeowners and exact addresses so that we can start notifying residents of what the circumstances are. I'm going to read this so that you guys, so that I get it right. In the past, we have had a very difficult time identifying proper homeowners who live in the areas when we have had fire damaged structures. So if you think you may have been affected by this, I want you to write this number down and call it. That's area code 970-980-2800. And what I would like you to do is contact that number and give us where you live and your best contact information, so that if you are in fact affected by this, we have the best way possible to get in contact with you, and it's very, very expedient, so we don't have to spend a lot of time looking it up. The three of us will now take questions. I want to preface the fact that there are very well maybe a lot of things that we don't have answers to at this point in time. We're not trying to hide anything. There's just a lot of unknowns yet. You guys want to step up?
So,
What questions do we have?
So the question I asked before was whether you know if any fire stations have been disrupted by the fire.
That's a great question. There is a fire station up in that general vicinity. I don't have any specific information on whether that was one of the structures that was damaged. Thank you.
I know you're still trying to assess the damage of the 24 structures, but are we assuming that of the about 24, most of those are homes versus an outbuilding?
I really don't have an assumption on that, and the reason is a lot of the structures up there have more than one outbuilding. So it very well may be one home that had 2 or 3 outbuildings by it accounted for more than simply one. Certainly that's the hope.
And one quick follow-up. We talked about certain neighborhoods in the different directions that you were talking about. What are the communities that are most threatened at this point?
I think that what we've been reporting on is Storm Mountain primarily, and the entire area around that is probably the most impacted right now by the actual flame front. Is that accurate? Is that fair?
Yeah, it seems to be, when we speak to people, there's 2 different names. Storm Mountain is sometimes referenced the area to the west, whereas Cedar Park is the one to the east.
So both of those two.
Both of those areas.
Both of those combined are the ones that are being primarily impacted. Great question.
How many aircraft you guys got up right now?
Depends on the day. We've probably had a high of 5 or 6 working at any given one time. Actual aircraft dumping water. That doesn't include the aircraft that are being used to coordinate those efforts. It's been down as low as 2. It's really dependent on what the resources are available, the time of the pilot. We've pulled a couple off to fight the fire down south for a short period of time yesterday, so that fluctuates. It's not as static as one might think.
We're not seeing those aircraft from here. Would it be safe to say they're up in that Cedar Park area, Storm Mountain area?
They are.
Yes, to say there's fixed wing and rotary wing aircraft, so helicopters drop in water, and then the airplanes drop in water, that are working in coordination with the crews on the ground on the Cedar Park / Storm King area on the northwest corner of the fire.
And forgive me if you addressed this in the first question, but when you say 24 plus structures, is there a possibility that 2 or 3 of them could be on one property?
I think there's a very strong possibility that's the case, yes.
And are those complete losses, or is it damage and complete loss?
That's really going to depend on the assessment that we're able to do tomorrow. The firefighters that were giving us these rough numbers are really not the ones that will go in there and do a true damage assessment.
And we know that down in Stone Canyon, we had obviously the fatality of somebody in one of the structures that was lost down there. As of right now, do we know of any injury or deaths reported from this fire?
None that I'm aware of.
Can we also talk about the change in containment? Earlier it was 1%, and you all just said 0. I know it's a small change, but...
So we report percent containment as a percentage of line that's controlled relative to the overall percentage, or relative to the overall the size of the fire. So if we're at 1% and the size of the fire increase, which it has, then we'll drop below that number. As we add black to the map that represents areas of the fire that are contained, then say if it's 100 miles around it and we've got 10 miles contained, we'll report 10%. If the fire grows to 200 acres, that number would drop to 5%.
Can anybody confirm that the 1% was at Silverdale basically yesterday?
No, that was prior. We didn't report that number, so I don't want to misspeak on what exactly the 1% was.
What kind of difference have hot shots made in this firefight?
Having crews purpose-built for the terrain that they're operating in, especially in that difficult and complex terrain.
Sorry, sir, could you step towards the mic?
You bet. Having crews that are purpose-built for the terrain that they're operating in, especially that steep and rugged terrain, is a force multiplier. It is a significant advantage. It allows them to work more autonomously, and it also allows us to, for lack of a better term, give them a longer leash. They have the experience and the training and the expertise to let them go out there and take the initiative to make decisions that have a positive outcome because they understand what it is that we're trying to achieve to a greater degree than people with less training and experience.
Could you please repeat and spell your first and last name for us?
It's Jason Coyle, Jayson Coil.
And who you represent? Could you say that?
Southwest Area Incident Management Team 1, Operations Section Chief.
Can you talk about the work of firefighters, and you keep mentioning how tough the conditions are and limited resources. Can you just talk about their work?
Well, their work is not very glamorous, frankly, but it's very valuable. So basically what they're doing is with hand tools, with regular garden tools, or with hoses and sometimes with bladder bags with backpacks with water on their back, they're going down around all these structures looking for places that the fuels are manageable enough, so they're are thin enough basically that with their small numbers that they can make an effective impact on the fire, and they're working around that edge. A lot of the southern aspect of this fire, like off that ridge, is the same place that's baking in the sun and all that rock. So they're going in all that rock and they're picking the fuel out between it with their tools to make sure that the fire doesn't find those stringers of fuels and work down in there. At the same time that engines are in there working around the homes to prevent that fire from moving and impacting the homes where it's safe to do so.
And what is the plan overnight going into tomorrow? What are going to be the main focuses from sort of now into tomorrow morning?
The main focuses overnight are to not lose any more structures due to fire creeping up along those, and to establish patrols and maintain those patrols in the communities that have fire within them to prevent that from happening.
How helpful has the Cameron Peak fire line been? It sounds like you guys are using that as a strategy to almost stop the spread.
We have as we stated before, a limited number of resources. So if there's an area where we don't think the fire is going to move through, then it prevents us from having to commit resources there. How effective the Cameron Peak SCAR is, I can tell you that tomorrow for sure. We believe it's going to be very effective. However, we're also monitoring it to ensure that that assumption ends up being reality.
Do you have any idea how many people have been evacuated at this point?
Sure.
Joe, do you know the number of people evacuated? 2,000?
No, about 5,200 and some in the mandatory, about 600 in the voluntary.
And is that the notification number of devices notified as we talked about the last few days?
It's a formula of both, so homes and number of people notified.
So to address your question on the mic, the question being how many people have been evacuated, approximately 5,200 have been mandatorily evacuated. That means that they are within the mandatory evacuation area, and about 600 in the voluntary evacuation area.
Is Glenhaven in that area?
Is
Mandatory?
Glenhaven in the mandatory?
Yes.
Yes, it is.
How many have refused? I understand
There have been a number. I don't have an exact number. But there have been a number of people who did not leave their homes.
And are they causing any problems, especially up in that Cedar Park area, as far as fire crews' ability to get to where they need to go?
I think that they were not causing fire apparatus and or personnel challenges in getting where they wanted to go. No, I think they're not causing that right now.
What does the fire behavior look like so far today? I know that a couple days ago there were some issues of it coming sort of down the hill against the wind and then sort of doubling back. So what does the fire behavior look like sort of across it throughout the day?
So this morning, the humidities were higher than they were yesterday morning, and the haze stayed longer, which kept the fuels cooler. So I would say compared to yesterday, and especially compared to the day before, fire behavior was down slightly. Once the air cleared and the fire could breathe and it got the sun on it, then the fire activity picked up. Fortunately, by the time that occurred, there was a lot of good work done in some of those critical areas to prevent the fire from impacting, from continuing to move through there. The areas that we haven't been able to get to, like the farthest apart place that drainage that goes up towards Spruce Mountain is representative of what the fire would have done in other areas had the crews not done the work they did.
How many resources did you have to lose this afternoon to go help with the structure fire up on Fall River Road in Estes?
I don't believe we lost any.
Really? Okay.
That's correct.
So the county, to answer your question more specifically, the county has resources that are moving around, monitoring, seeing what they can do with this specific fire, but they're also available to react to things like this anywhere in the county, and we use those. We did not use his firefighters who are committed to the lines.
Because I understand Loveland Fire went up and made it
Correct.
colder.
And the Laramie County Sheriff's Office sent the lion's share of people up there to within our emergency services crews.
Okay.
Correct.
It wasn't pulling anybody off of.
That's correct.
Any of the resources fighting Alexander Mountain.
It did not. That's correct.
As far as evacuations go, obviously the circle grows as the fire grows, or the square of evacuations grows as the fire does. We had one person who specifically was worried about meat rotting and having animals come. But what sort of recommendation, advice do you have for people who might be in a voluntary or even close to a voluntary area as the fire sort of continues as it has been?
It's a valid concern, and primarily because we've experienced that in the past. I think that get your valuables out as much as you can, and we are going to try to get in once the fire subsides enough to be safe and facilitate the removal of foods and different things of that nature to keep animals out of the homes.
With the thin resources, there were a lot of people I know that I was speaking to in this eastern edge that were uncomfortable evacuating because they said there were fears of looting and that had happened in previous fires. Does the Sheriff's Department have the resources to protect their community if they leave?
That's a great question, and we take that very seriously. We not only man and put roadblocks up to verify anybody entering the area, but we also have roving patrols that continually go around through all of the areas that have been evacuated for specific things like that to ensure looting does not take place. It's never a guarantee. Obviously, we can't prevent all crime, but we absolutely make a valiant effort to make that happen.
Okay, any other questions? Awesome.
Thank you, fellas.
We'll,
Thank
yeah,
you.
we'll
You
do
bet.
same time.